Now let's move on to the cash disbursements journal. So from the name itself, cash disbursements journal, every time the business disburses or pays cash to someone, that should be recorded under the cash disbursements journal. So same with the cash receipts, you can see here the date column, the name column, and then cash, sundry amount, and then sundry account. So unlike cash receipts journal wherein we have like a fixed credit column, which is service revenue. Here in the cash disbursements journal, we automatically included the sundry amount lang because we acknowledge that cash payments could vary. It could mean several transactions. So instead of just placing a fixed debit amount for the expense, we just placed here sundry amount, and then here in the sundry account is where you would place the actual account title for that specific expense. So for example, today, um, let's say we bought some office supplies from the National Bookstore, let's say SMC side, and the amount of 5,000. So just explain it here that those are for office supplies. And then, for example, we also, let's say we paid PLDT for our monthly internet and telephone subscription. Let's say 1399. So you can, depending on your chart of accounts or the usual account titles that you have used prior to using the loose leaf books of accounts, some would say telephone and internet, but some are also using the communications expense. Again, always refer to your chart of accounts. So whatever account title that you have used in the past, you continue using it here for continuity. Let's say the next day, we paid our employees their salaries. So various employees. Let's say 30,000. Then this is for salaries expense. So as easy as that. So just continue every time you disburse or you pay cash to someone, you record it here under the cash disbursements journal.